Hello, everybody. My name is Flo.
My name is Brandon.
My name is Jane.
What's up? I'm Sandy, and this is String Along.
And this is episode 6.
And today we will be talking about cuffing season. We're gonna be talking about like how we do dating. There's the chase, there's the friend zone, and there's like getting your crush. And a lot of people wonder like how do you do play the game right? So for the question for you guys is do you feel like there's expectations from chasing after someone?
Well, first of all, who's single right now?
Damn.
Actually, if you've been watching our episodes, you should probably know that who's single.
That's a called out right there.
I mean, just talking about as a single person, I think when I gain interest and I'm chasing someone, um, there's an expectation, whether it's good or bad. Uh, but I think there's an expectation. I mean, just to put it simply, there is an expectation. Yeah.
Like do you feel like you have to like play that game of like texting that person? Like should you wait a certain time to text that person because it would make you seem needy or desperate if you like text them too fast, stuff like that?
I mean, I think it's a rhythm, I would say, where if, sometimes well, when I dated back then, it's more of like the startup is normally if you get the rhythm of or you get the feel of if this person likes you or like if they're more like willing to talk to you, then that's when you can tell that maybe this person like me, but at the same time it's like, oh, you don't know, so like you're gonna still continue, and then it builds up that rhythm. So why are you laughing? So like maybe like the next day if they say like good morning, and then it's expected that obviously you're gonna be like good morning too. So all right, continue, Flo. You laughed, so
No, I 100% agree. There's gotta be that rhythm, right? Like obviously, if the person doesn't show any interest, if you try harder, it's not gonna make it any better, kind of stuff like that. But in terms of like, I think you should just go as you please. Go as like, just feel it out, and then you just do it as it goes. There's no right way or wrong way of doing it. And I think I think I've read a lot of gets on Instagram about stuff like stories where you gotta text that person and then go on a date, and then it's like you have to have that 3 day rule where you don't talk to that person anymore, stuff like that to play with their minds. I think this whole thing is stupid. I think that's just totally
but
wrong.
but okay, but it works sometimes. You know
it
what I
might
mean?
it might work, but it's more like if you like the person, why are you trying? Why play that game?
It's like, why are you playing that? Because you know why? Because they're fishing. They throw the cast, they roll, and then when the fish grabs it, it releases it, and then you're just like, oh, I
I
thought I
We're
had it.
humans, bro. We're
You're right. You're
humans.
right. Though. No, no, you're right. You're right.
why
You're right. You're
why
right.
are we
Though.
playing the fishing game when we're humans?
Yeah, but the thing with the chase is like, it's you want to because
Feel the
a lot of
adrenaline.
people they kind of want to validate their own self-worth like while doing the chase because like, you're still single and you're kind of like, "Oh, I should put myself out there, but like, I don't feel as confident unless I start like, getting dates." It's also like during the chase, it's like you are kind of committed to not committing, because you kind of just want to have fun for a bit, and you don't get straight into a relationship, of course, uh, and stuff like that. How do you feel about that, Jane?
I think especially because for those people that already had heartbreak or just bad experiences in the past, it's just so hard to just get into another one. Like you already failed your one in the past, so do you really want to get into a new one? I think that's my biggest fear right now because like my past boyfriends it just didn't work out. So am I really ready?
Mm.
Yeah, I feel like there's always a gap between like a relationship and the next. I feel like we've talked about how when you should get over someone, and it just depends on the person whether they're ready or not. But yeah,
Whatever Brandon just said, that brought me to my next question about whether you should start out as friends or have the intentions of being more than friends first.
I think. Well, that's a good question, Flo. I think you have some stuff to say. Your mouth is like moving so much right now, bro.
Going into answering Sandy's question, I think it's just based on preferences, right? I personally prefer to be friends first. There's two ways, kind of like I guess I see it as like a dating process for me, where if you're friends, it could also be a dating process. It's part of the dating process. While you're friends, you get to know what that type of person is, like what type of person whoever that person is, right? And eventually it goes along with the dating process. How where while you're dating, you're still trying to get to know that person, but you know that person like you know the ins and outs of that person just by being friends too.
But even by being friends, like how do you know that you guys are gonna be exclusively dating? Let's just say if you just met or like you guys met, what do you guys think of that?
I mean, what I mean is like, say you meet this person and they're kind of cute in your eyes, but like, would you want to start off like being friends with them, or would you like want to, just straight up like show the intention that you want to date her?
I think it's a little different for me because I feel like if I know a friend too much, then it'll be a little different. Like, how can you be best friends or really close friends with someone and like start dating them like all of a sudden? I feel like it'll be a little different. So for me, I would want to be friends first in a way where we met before and we've already talked to each other, but I wouldn't want to be like too close of a friend first to even date them or even consider it.
Mm,
Mm.
that's interesting. I think for me, I definitely would want to be friends with them first. Like the person I'm dating, we were friends for quite a long while actually, and at some point we just kind
Such a
of
boy.
grad we gradually grew feelings for each other, and that's where we headed. And I feel like that's a good place to go from there, because like Jane said, like, all about that person, so you already know what they're like, are they a good person, are they a bad person? And it's just like you're more comfortable with that person than like just straight up chasing after some random stranger.
Mm.
And okay, and this is like something that I've heard, and I think I believe by this. Like some people believe in this like rule is like if you already have a group of friends, right? You do not. It's not always a good thing to date a person in your friend group. Have you guys heard of that?
Yes.
Because I've heard of different like opinions of it, but I've had friends who dated in a friend group, and then once maybe they break up, they eventually it's really hard to like that I guess that group setting, but I don't know.
I think like with that, it's like the reason why you shouldn't date within your friend group is because if you guys both have like mutual friends and stuff and you guys break up, it's just awkward for everyone, because now
Yeah,
everyone's kind of just avoiding like inviting both of you guys to the same event.
Personally, I think that it's actually not like there's a good and a bad to it, but if
yeah,
you're grown adults, it shouldn't matter as much.
right, right,
And I can see how like in high school or college, if you're
yeah,
dating amongst a friend group, then it's like it can be bad. Just because eventually it does ruin the whole friendship between the group and all that. There's always drama. There's going to be sides taken. But honestly speaking, if everyone's adults and mature enough, there's no side taken. There should be no sides unless one person cheated, like unless the other person did dirty to the other one, right? I mean that's my take on that. The older you get, I think it's fine. The younger you are, it makes sense not to.
we kind of went off the track because it's cuffing season, and also for the people who don't know what cuffing season is, um it is technically winter and the weather's getting kind of cold. So Flo, what is cuffing season?
Is this season where you need that other warmth from somebody else? It's cold. You don't need no heater if you got someone else. So
Yeah.
that's cuffing season for you right there. Use another body as your heater.
So Flo has me. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Anyways,
fun.
next question, Sandy.
What are your thoughts on the friend zone? Like, do you believe the friend zone exists, or is it an excuse for rejection?
Ooh, that's hard. I think some people use friend zone as an excuse, to be honest. Like they'll say bro or like yo, what's up, sis, to get out of that situation. Or like they're gonna pull the I'm not ready for a relationship. I think that's just technically it. But there is a friend zone for sure. 100%.
I think that ties along very well with the previous question you've asked before, where it was, should you be friends before you date, or should you date just a random person, right? I think if in this case there's a friend zone, if you've been friends with that person first and then you dated after, or you're trying to date, then you friend zone that person. You keep them as friends because the first initial friendship you've had was being friends, I think. But if it's like if I'm going on a date with a random person and that person's trying to friend zone me, then obviously she's trying to keep me for a personal, like, for some reason. And for me, it's like, no, there's no fucking friend zone. It's like, just stop talking to me completely.
Stranger zone.
Exactly, yeah. Just stop talking to me as if we never talked. Just don't try to be my friend. But if we were already friends, then yeah, let's keep it friends. I know.
But imagine if you guys are actually in that friend zone. Like, what would you guys do?
I've actually been in that situation where I got friend zoned.
Surprise! Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding.
And I mean, how'd you do? Well, I mean, what'd you do?
I mean, honestly, like we were friends in the first place, so I wasn't like super hurt about it because we're both mature and like I expressed my feelings for him, but he had feelings for someone else, so it do be like that sometimes. But it didn't matter to me because like I said, we were friends before and I valued that friendship more than I valued being like in a relationship with that person.
And I mean, I've been friend zoned too, and personally, it's like, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just like, I'll keep the person as a friend. Obviously, like anything that happened before as friends, then it stays the same. I just need a small break, maybe like a 2 3
Mm.
week break, and just kind of like do my own thing just to move on. But it's not like when I come back, anything's gonna be any different. For me, it's gonna be the same thing, but it's just more like, oh, now it's like I'm gonna act the exact same way I used to, but my feelings are just gone, kind of. So that's how it goes for me.
I think
Jane?
friend zoning might be better for some people because maybe they'll get the hint before they even reject someone. Because when a guy or a girl like confesses to you, then you have to actually say yes or no. It's just one or the other. But when you friend zone them before they even ask you, then it's like, oh, we could just be friends and nothing more. So maybe for some people it might be better, I guess. But for some people, if they need like a definite like yes or a no, then it's like kind of confusing because we're still good friends and they still act the same way. Am I supposed to like this person or not? But for some people, it might be even better than getting rejected directly.
Mm. So, what are some signs that, like, say you're friends with the person? What are some signs that show that the person is interested in you and it's not you misinterpreting them being friendly?
If a girl says, "Hey, bestie," I don't know. What do you think? Oh,
It's so hard.
Yeah, words. Loki, I think I'm shit with those signs. I'm kind of bad at it, so I don't think I can say anything.
so when a girl says hi, Flo's like, "Ooh, she likes me."
Nah, it ain't like that. Dude, it's gotta be more than that shit. Okay, well, actually, that may be true to a certain point if the person rejected me, yet right after the rejection, she does that.
No, I have a very good example. It's like let's just say you're talking to a girl, right? And then he's like, "Oh, hi," and she gives you a hug. And then in our head, we're like, "Oh,
Hmm.
she likes me." And then next thing you know, she hugs another person. She hugs everybody, and they're just like, "Wait a second." It's exactly that. It's exactly that.
What's wrong with that? You hug one person, you hug the other person.
No. It's like let's say like if you're talking to that girl and then she hugs you and you're like, oh hi, and then she starts hugging everyone else. You're just like, oh damn, I'm not special, you know?
Ah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Like I feel like that's the most common like signs that guys think, because when guys like hug, I don't know. There's like it's just like psychology for guys and girls.
But for me,
Mm.
it's different. I mean, I don't take hugging too like as too much because like anyways, I used to hug everybody when I was in college. I just hug every fucking one I see. Like, yo, I see you, yo, what's up? And then just give a hug, right? A side hug. So it didn't matter to me, but I do it. I do get it. Like, it gives.
But there's a
signs.
difference. A side hug
And a
and
full
a
hug.
yeah.
So true.
Actually,
So
that's so
like
true.
so you're
Yeah,
just like,
that's very
because
true.
I
Wait,
see my friend.
same for me too. When someone gives me like a full on hug, I'm like, ooh.
I feel
Oh
like
guys,
that really depends on the person, because I know some people are very like friendly and they're just like all about physical touch, you know?
Mm.
Hmm.
So you
but
have
but
to know
but
the person's type of language.
but do you think that people should just at least like get an idea of that? Because not the it's either the hugger or the guy who got hugged, the huggy. So should at least both sides should know, you know what I mean? Because I feel like that's a lot what people, think about, and it's just crazy. Because if you want to be your friends, let's just say you're in a friend zone, right? A girl will give you the side hug, and then if she really likes you, then she's like, oh,
Hmm.
I think if they usually give you side hugs and then all of a sudden they give you full
Oh
hugs,
yeah.
then that's different.
That's
Hmm.
kind of
See,
true.
man,
I mean, personally, as myself, like as a guy, I give side hugs to everybody, even if I like the girl. If I think the girl's attractive, whatever, I still give that girl a side hug. I gave, but I think that's where I fuck up and that's where it's messed up because whoever I like, I don't make or whatever. If there's a girl that I'm interested in, the girl that I'm interested in, I don't make that person feel any more special than that.
Exactly not what you're supposed to do.
I know it's not. You're not
Girl has
supposed to
no
do
game.
that. You're not supposed to do that. But that's what I do. And so a lot of the times when even in college when I had interest with any girls, I just didn't give. I didn't show them any signs because you know what? I'll treat them
or
equally.
okay, wait, or maybe the fact that you think that you're giving them signs, but you're actually not.
Somewhat.
Maybe it's like maybe that could be a misrepresentation. So you may think that you did this, but in reality you did this, and then you say, "Oh, come here again."
I think with most girls, I'm not speaking about like for all girls, but for most girls, when they want to show that they like a guy or something, they like hint at it, but guys are a little bit, more simple-minded, so you guys don't
Whoa,
give the
whoa, whoa,
gesture.
whoa, whoa,
But
whoa,
at the
whoa,
same
whoa, whoa.
time, I feel like girls' hints are like they they speak like at a higher pitch, like a slightly higher pitch with you, but like it's something you wouldn't very like notice.
Red flag.
Red flag.
Well,
That
let
is
me ask
not true.
one
That
thing.
is not true.
If you are attracted to someone, what do you guys do different from like treating other people?
Hmm.
I like how everyone got quiet.
No, because I had to think about it for a second. I think for sure I get a lot more touchy with the person. And I would try to include them more into like hangouts and stuff.
Mm.
Go
What I
ahead.
do is I usually get closer to them as friends. I get
Oh,
closer to
okay.
them as friends, hang out with them personally as friends, and then see how that goes and see if I really do like them more. Like if I really do get along with them just as friends first. And if I do, if it's like a green flag, then I try to go further.
I think for me it's just I would take initiatives into like, if let's just say this person wants to go on a Target trip, and I'll be like, um oh yeah, or I would go on a Target trip, like, oh, do you need anything? I'm here. You know what I mean? But it's like just more of like, simple things like, oh, I'm at Chick-fil-A. Do you want anything? I don't know why I chose Chick-fil-A, but something like that.
Interesting. I have a question for you guys specifically. So, what I notice is like when guys like me, they touch my hair a lot. Is that what you guys actually do?
What?
Yeah, for some reason they always touch my hair.
You must have nice hair.
So, yeah, I don't really understand like why guys touch my hair like when they like me. Like I feel like that's just something like that annoys me a little bit. Or I guess like because I say out loud like, "Oh, don't touch my hair," and then they touch my hair. Like maybe that's just like tempting them to touch my hair.
But okay, but technically you're kind of tiny, so like
Right.
they can just do this. You know what I mean?
Brandon just brought the point, and I was wondering if do they just touch your hair just like he just did, or do they caress your hair and like drag it? You know, like I think there's a difference if they just pat your head and then like caress like whatever,
Yeah, yeah. When you say touching, it's like
Like
it's
what-
like it could be this, it could be this, it could be
or it could be like like that, like
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, how do they touch your hair? Let me
how do they
ask
touch
this.
it? Yeah.
It depends on the guy. Some of them kind of like pat my head. Some of them kind of just mess around with my head, kind of just like ruffle it, and I'm just like, oh, yeah.
Wait, but don't you like that when people go like, that means you're
No,
cute.
it feels
Oh.
it feels like I'm a dog. No offense.
Oh,
Oh, maybe it's because it's not the person that she likes. That's why she doesn't like them touching their hair.
true.
That's why.
That makes a huge
But-
difference.
But to answer your question, no, I've never touched the girl's hair until like I know that, I'm gonna, we're dating. I don't do that when that's kind of it's like there's a line and you just crossed it, to be honest.
Mm.
I think I have an answer to that. I think it's because the guys think you're cute. Because, like you touch like anyone's like head when they think they're cute.
If let me touch your head.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Ew. That's why they're single. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Personally, I don't like touching girls' hair and like or head too, because I get the same view as Sandy does, where I feel like that's kind of like petting a dog for me, and I don't want to pet a girl like she's a
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah. That's so
I
degrading.
like it when guys touch my hair when they go like.
If I do that to a girl, that's not good. But like if I do like it I mean, it depends. There's different ways.
What about okay, I know that there's like maybe it's a pet peeve. I think that's your pet peeve when people touch your hair. And maybe that's just you. Because I know some girls, like I've seen Korean drama. I don't know if it's true, but like when the guys touch the girl's hair, I think it's like a sign of affection too.
But I feel like those are in dramas. Like, I mean, Jade, do you feel anything when
She
a
just
guy
said that.
touches your hair? Like, she said, like maybe like the massaging part, but not just like petting, right?
As long as I have some kind of interest in the guy, if they touch my head, like you get the little like feeling. You get butterflies, no? It maybe just me.
But what if it's not from the guy you like?
I'm like, what the fuck?
That's so messed up. It's like the creepy versus cute. It's creepy if it's someone you don't like, but it's cute if it's someone you like. Kind of thing.
That's straight facts. If you like someone, like you'll just let them do anything to you.
Exactly.
Not in like a crazy way. You guys, okay, but never mind. I should ask that. What's your next question, Sandy? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
So I was gonna ask like how like in terms of like initially or showing hints that you're interested, like do you guys like ever like snap that person a lot?
I did. I most definitely did. Cause you get to see like a picture that it's either okay. There's two examples or three. You snap often, but very like within that 5 minute like interval. So like every 5 minutes, and then you can just check the chat. And what's the third one? The third one is oh, I'll talk to you later. And then like 5 hours later, oh, I'm back. I feel like those three played like a crucial part of Snapchat. I think Snapchat did such a good job because this not only helps them like promote, whatever snaps they do in their life, but it also helps bring people together with it in terms of speaking of relationship.
I think it's a little different when you are interested in someone. You don't want to cut off the conversation because if you do cut off the conversation, then then you need to actually make the initiative to talk to them again. So it's more like when you are Snapchatting someone, you Snapchat someone, or you even message someone until they go to sleep or you go to sleep, where you don't answer them back, and naturally the next day you'll be able to message them back again or Snapchat them back again.
It's like the good morning and good night thing. Like if you expect it, and Snapchat's always that better if they show your face. If they don't, then the last thing was what if they don't take pictures of themselves, but they take pictures of the floor? Let's just say that that's a sign of friend zone too.
Oh, interesting. Because I had a friend who told me that a guy would always send her selfies of himself. Like even though, they're friends and stuff, but he would like as a guy, like I feel like when a guy sends selfies, that's just a little different from the norm.
Flo's like, that's what I've been doing. Look at
No,
his
no,
face
no,
right
no.
now.
I'm just wondering. I am thinking back and seeing like how I used to Snapchat, but the way I do it is if anybody would Snapchat me a floor or a wall, that's I think that's one of the main reasons why I stopped Snapchat streaks is because at a point at the beginning everybody Snapchats their faces, and then as it become like 300 fucking a year later on or whatever, people start just Snapchatting walls and stuff like that, and then I'm like, dude, what's the point of the streak?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
Like I don't see the point of streaks, to be honest.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
if you break that streak, they'll call you out.
Mm-hmm. But it's like the reason the reason why I love streaks was because you would get to know what the other person's up to every day, stuff like that, which is like perfect for like when you like someone, right? You keep that streak
Yeah.
on, and then all of a sudden some motherfucker just fucking streaks a fucking wall. You're excited to see their streak, and then you open it and it's a wall, and every day it's a wall, and it's like, yo, fuck this streak, I'm done, and then I just cut off everybody for doing that. But
Dang,
I mean,
which girl did you like that?
Yeah, who
no,
hurt
no.
you, Flo?
Okay, no, it was just a friend though. It was a friend. She was already taken. She was a like a friend.
Oh, you got defensive, guys.
No, no, no. What I'm saying is, it goes back to the same way as a guy. It's like if personally, I feel like if you're taking a picture of a wall, it just means that the streak is meaningless in the first place. In my to my what is it, opinion, to my knowledge, or to whatever it is. But like if I
Yeah.
so if I cared about the person, then obviously I would show my picture or my face more often in Snapchats. I may not do it often because I'm shy, so I'm not gonna put my face every time. But I won't be like, my pictures will be something meaningful, not just a wall.
Mm.
Or
Are
floor.
you sure? It's not a I threw up 2 nights in a row. I
Alright.
drank 5
That's-
times in a row.
Hey, that's still better. Isn't that still better than the floor or a wall?
Yeah, no,
You let
I
the-
agree. I agree.
No,
You let the other
Yeah.
person know you're having a blast without that person. Well,
yeah, I think anything else rather than like a floor or a wall, like it's a good conversation starter, or like you could just continue talking to that person instead of like, having dead conversation from regular texting. And with the streaks, it's a good way to, keep talking to them like daily. And so they have to like think about you daily, right? And so at some point, maybe feelings will develop if you guys interact with each other a lot. That's that's how I feel about it. I'm not sure if that applies to you guys.
Have you ever guys had friends where you thought she was just a friend the whole time? Maybe like year or two, maybe even 3 years, and you all of a sudden saw them as someone attractive?
I think it's depends on how you are with that person. I think eventually, if you think at first like, oh, she's okay, and then like later on when you talk more, interact more, maybe flirt, then that's when that attraction happens. You know what I mean?
so for me personally, that includes what Brandon said. It did happen, and that's more like it's happened to me, and it's mainly because I got to know the person more. It's not because
Yeah.
their looks got better or anything like that. It's more because I start seeing how that person acted towards me, or how that person acted towards everybody else, and then it impressed me. It's things that I started realizing that I didn't in the first place, and then it grew. Which is why I do like to sometimes say that personality matters more than looks.
Mm.
Sometimes, Because if the person's average looking, and then that person, like for me, if a girl's average looking, or she's not that big of an interest to me in terms of looks, and then all of a sudden her personality is amazing, I'll still fall for that girl.
I think for me it's personality, definitely. I mean, looks is a plus, but looks will change as you get old.
Right,
So
but there has to be some sort of criteria in looks, right?
it's like it would be nice.
Let me tell you one thing. As long as you look at a girl or a guy that you're dating and you're like, oh yeah, I could definitely kiss the girl or the guy, that's enough. That's what I think. If you look at them and you're like, ooh, I don't want to kiss them, then that's a no. But
That's
if
a big red flag, you know.
yeah.
But for me, it's like I've never thought of that. I know for me it's just more of like,
But that's a great
maybe
simple
this is
way
a
of
guys
doing
and
it.
girls thing. Maybe it's a girls and guys thing. We don't think that way.
I mean,
No,
No,
actually,
Flo thinks that. Flo
no,
thinks
no, no,
that.
no, no. Well, psychologically, it's supposed to be true that guys care more about looks than girls. So obviously, we would care more about the looks. Maybe girls, yeah, just a slight kiss. I'm cool with it. Like as long as like the personality takes you, I'm cool with that
Yeah.
person. But for guys, I think looks does matter like a lot more. And I mean, for me, the criteria is just 5 out of 10 or more. Kind of like it looks doesn't matter as that much, but it still matters to a certain extent.
So, how long should you chase after someone before moving on?
Minimum for me 3 months. 3 months or 4.
Minimum.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. Just 4, 3 to 4.
You mean maximum?
Minimum.
3 months?
Minimum.
Minimum?
Yeah, cause maybe okay, if you don't know that person and you just want to get to know you, I'm not saying like talk every day. I'm just talking like every 2 days a week, and then starts building up. Cause 3 months is just the perfect gap, or 3 to 4 months, because you're starting to know who they are, who they hang out with, their habits. Honestly, I can just write a book.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. But yeah.
Next book by Brandon Lee.
Title's gonna be minimum 3 months.
No, but I think 3 months is a good time gap.
Sandy, what do you think?
I mean, in my honest opinion, and that's just me personally, I think you should chase as long as you feel is necessary. You could chase a whole lifetime. Like you have all the time in the world, to go after someone. And if you feel like your time is worth it, then go ahead.
When you're ready. What do you mean?
like if you feel like if that person is really worth it and you're willing to continue chase after them your entire life, then just go at it.
I agree to a certain extent. Well, I agree with that. I agree. And it's like you should go for as long as you feel like you
This
won't
is for
regret
Sandy.
it more, kind of. Ain't nobody got time for that.
I don't think that. Okay, no, sorry. Continue, Flo.
For sure, I know. I think personally that you should go for as long as you want, until like you get that sign, until like you won't regret it. And so, for me personally, it's until you get a clear answer to your question.
Yeah.
So for me, whether it's a week, a month, 3 months, whatever it is, a year, 2 years, a couple, it's like after I know my answer, then that's when I move on.
It's like when Flo wakes up in the morning and he's like, "Oh, I'm ready. Okay, we're ready." Oh, Jane. How about Jane? She forgot the question. Oh,
No, I know the question. I don't know. I don't know. Because
Why don't you know?
I've never chased anyone.
Oh! Right here, we should do some video edits with bring, bring.
No, so I never really had to think about like how far I have to chase someone or.
okay. You know what? The loser
Well,
stamps
okay,
will
how
be
about
on
this?
me, Flo, and Sandy.
No. We got another question then. How long should a
You got
person
another
chase
question.
you, or how long do you think the person should chase you and then be done with it?
Oh,
Okay, that's the thing. Like when a guy chases you and you reject them and they still chase you, the girl, I feel like some girls just give in and they start dating them. And then the guy's like, oh, like I got this girl finally. Like I've tried so hard. I got this girl, but the girl wasn't ready. So they'll just get heartbroken at the end. So I think for me, it's like it should naturally happen and then not force it because the girl could give in.
But some girls do like consistency, and even if they say no, there are times where some, okay, I'm not saying all girls, but like most girls, like maybe at first they're not, thinking about it because they're scared of getting their heart broken. Maybe they feel bad. I can definitely understand that. It's so hard to get out of.
What Jane just said, it's like if a guy just keeps going or whatever, or keeps like persisting, then you should make it to the point where he can't persist. You shouldn't keep that person as a friend zone, whatever. Block that bitch. Make it clear to the person that he can't chase you anymore.
It's
I mean,
hard.
wait. The thing is, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that whatever the guy is doing is right. If the person said no, it's a no. So then, yeah, the guy shouldn't persist. Don't get me wrong. That's the right way, right? That's what it's supposed to be. But obviously, there's a lot of stubborn people out there in the world, and they don't want to give up in their hopes, dreams, whatever it is. And if they like someone, they want to pursue it, right? Because they like the person. And I think there's something wrong with that and nothing wrong with it, depending on how you approach the girl after that. But I think from the girl's end, she shouldn't give in because she pities the guy or whatever
It's
it
hard.
is.
I think it's hard because the girl isn't sure either. It's like, do I like this guy? And they're just confused. But then if the guy's like, hey, let's date,
Block.
then you can't just block them
I'm
because
kidding.
the girls because the girl can be like, or the guy could be confused as well. It's like they're trying to figure it out. But then if they just say like, hey, let's go, let's do it, like let's date. They're like,
I think
okay, I guess
maybe
I'm down.
I think maybe you would need to date longer because there's like the talking phase. Then you guys could just talk longer. For the guy I was dating, we talked for like 6 months.
Years. No.
Yes.
I'm kidding.
Yikes. Shout out to the boy.
That's the thing though. The guys already think they're dating if it's like 5-6
Okay, no.
months.
I also think this. There's a time where you can actually officially like agree that you guys are dating. I think that's the best way. If you ask them, will you be my girlfriend or will you be my boyfriend? I think that's the, what do you call it? That's the pinpoint. That's when you know this is for sure.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like you have to like specifically state that you guys are boyfriend and girlfriend. Otherwise, you guys are nothing. You guys don't have anything bounded to each other.
Do you guys want to date? Do you guys want to date?
I think I'm just gonna focus on myself.
That's good. That's good.
That's the thing with me. I think I want to focus on myself, but if I see that a relationship can lift me up and I can lift the other person up at the same time, if I think it's gonna be beneficial for both, then I'd rather date. Because if I can grow if I can grow myself, like if I can become a better person while helping the other person too, then why not be in a relationship, right? But then if the relationship is gonna be detrimental to me, then obviously I'd rather be single.
You don't get in a relationship because you love someone. You get in a relationship because you want to grow, and you can grow with that person. I actually saw that quote and it really just got stuck in my head because you can say that you love them, but through that time you don't really know if you actually love them for them or it's just that they're actually making you a better person. They're making you feel better. They're making you feel, because in a relationship it's a 50% effort,
Mm-hmm. Well, it's supposed to be a 50-50
yes,
effort.
I agree.
But a lot of times it's usually a 70-30. And that's if you start to realize that you're not putting as much effort into a relationship, you need to step up your game.
Damn right.
What was that sass though?
I don't think it has to be a 50-50 as long as if one person is 70 and the other person's 30, like as long as they could like make up to 100, I don't think it has to be a 50-50. Some people
Some people are like 80-20, and then they're like,
Yeah,
no.
sometimes it can be 99-1.
But
And-
but that depends on how the 99 feels, or
true.
depends, because if one person is 80 and then the other person is 20, but if they're willing to give the 80 later, then that's fine. But if they're only 80 and they're like, oh, I'm giving up so much, and I do so much more than they give me, then
When you know the
if they
point,
feel
when
that,
they-
if they think that, then that's the problem.
That's actually a really good. Wow, I never thought of it that way. It's like when they reach their peak and you know that you've tried so much.
Mhm.
That's when you just decide like I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, but if they are still 80 and they're like, oh, I'm willing to do this because I love this person so much, and they don't have the feeling where it's like, oh, they're not trying so like as much as I am, then it's fine. So it really depends on who they are and what they think.
That is true.
To the viewer, you specifically, if you're actually gonna get in a relationship, consider like how you actually feel with that person and see if you can grow with that person. Do not just go in because you feel like, oh, I feel bad I can't get out of this relationship, or like, when you're talking and then you just want to end it, just be nice about it. People may think that you're a dick or like, a scumbag, but it's what you want most importantly.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we only said bad things about dating this whole thing, but when you have someone, you feel the love, and you having someone next to you that always cares about you, and that's someone that is always on your side, it's great. Obviously, like, just having someone is great, but honestly, I'm single and I don't care, but it's great. But also you have to love yourself before you love someone else. So you should focus on yourself before you get into anything.
And cuffing season is every year. There's always gonna be cuffing season.
Cuffing
Except for
season,
Asia.
honestly speaking, guys and girls, cuffing season is just an excuse. It's just an excuse.
Ooh.
Cuffing season's over. There's still plenty of people getting cuffed. They're like,
That is
shit,
true.
that was a cold winter and I made it through it, but now let's have a warmer summer. Honestly, cuffing season is just an excuse to get with a person, in my opinion. Seasons don't
that
matter.
is true. Seasons do not. But my advice to the viewers out there, when you're trying to go after the guy or girl of your dreams, be genuine. Don't play games. Because if you end up playing games, then you're gonna end up like shooting yourself in the foot.
And great playlist if you guys are simping during cuddle season or cuffing season. Listen to Trippy Red and Juice World. They are so good with their lyrics, and yeah, it's a vibe. Definitely a vibe. But anyways, thank you for watching String Along.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
And you know what? We're going to have more videos coming up, not just, podcasts, but challenges. You're going to see Flo do crazy stuff like stunts. And you're going to see Jane pet an alligator.
This
So
big belly right here is gonna make some stunts. No, I'm kidding.
you're going to see Flo belly dance for like a straight minute.
Ew, I don't want
Wow.
to see.
Y'all see these videos where I make a face with my belly and then like open the mouth and all that? That's what I'm gonna do.
We're gonna have a skit with all of our stomachs.
Mm. But thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. We've definitely seen an increase in views over the past week. And without you guys, we definitely wouldn't be motivated for this podcast.
But down in the links below or in the comments below or the description below, I mean, we'll have our Discord channel, so you can feel free to join us in our community. Feel free to let us know what you want to listen to, what you want us to talk about, and yeah, that's it from us.
Peace.
Please like and subscribe. Goodbye.
Like and subscribe. Bing.